Whoa. That's how we do it. Absolutely incredible. Look at the tail on this bad boy. Welcome to Maynard's wild world of science. Wow. Beautiful, busy bees. I mean, just look at this crazy, tiny world that they live in. Just absolutely fascinating. Bees are small, yet they're also one of nature's most important organisms. And that's because of their ability to pollinate plants. But what exactly is pollination? Oh, hey there. Luckily, we don't have to go far to see pollination in action. I just took a walk outside, and if you look closely at this lavender bush, you can see bees doing what they do best. Pollination is so key for plant reproduction. As bees crawl around the flower of a plant, this powdery substance called pollen gets stuck on their legs and body. When they move around to another flower, they carry this pollen with them, transferring it from flower to flower. This process helps fertilize the plant, allowing it to grow seeds or fruit and create brand new plants. Many creatures can be pollinators, including beetles, butterflies, birds, and even bats. Now, these creatures don't just crawl around flowers just for the fun of it. They're actually searching for food themselves in the form of nectar, a sweet, sugary liquid produced by plants that provides many animals with important nutrients. So that means just by eating, small creatures like bees and other pollinators are providing us with the plants that every animal on Earth needs to survive. So what would happen if we no longer had bees? Well, that would mean some of our most important foods could disappear or become incredibly rare. Imagine a world with no more almonds, apples, or berries. That'd be pretty terrible, right? Many things, including pesticides and habitat loss, are affecting bee populations. There's even a tiny little arachnid known as the varroa mite that's greatly affecting entire bee colonies around the world. Luckily, entomologists, which are scientists that study insects, are taking action to find ways to protect bees, and that includes my new friend, Dr. Sammy Ramsey, who's helping save bees from varroa mites by using something sweet and powdery that you can find in your own home kitchen. Let's check them out.
They have so many cells that are opened on this frame. That is not a good sign. When varroa infiltrate colonies and attach themselves to bees, they wreak havoc on the bee's immune system. Viruses are able to grow out of control and cause these really problematic symptoms in the bees.
Varroa mites don't stay attached to bees if their feet get covered with powdered sugar.
Those are some dusty bees, so now we just roll it, and then we shake. That sugar will get into all the crevices, and then they'll slide right off the bees. Sorry, ladies. This is for your own good. You don't want these mites, I promise. Check it out. This colony is mighty for sure. Whew. This is my favorite part, though. Get to actually put them back home. All right, ladies, you are going to be really popular. Who doesn't love a sweet bee?
How cool is that? Using powdered sugar to help save bees. You gotta love science. Coolest part is that you too can help save bees by just simply providing native plants in your garden or local communities to ensure that they have a good supply of nectar to feed on. Saving bees can be so much fun. Now, one thing we also know about bees is that they have a stinger. And this stinger is much more special than you might think. Only female honeybees sting, and they do it as a self-defense response to protect their hives from danger. Unless you have a specific allergy to their venom, don't worry if you see a bee flying around. They'll rarely sting you unless provoked.
I think it's time for my handy magnifying glass. Nice.
If you look up close at a bee stinger, you'll also notice it has tiny barbs along the edge. These barbs allow it to get stuck inside an attacker and continue releasing venom as a way of protecting their hive. We've talked a lot in previous videos about biomimicry, taking things that we find in nature and applying them to technology that we can use as humans. Bee stingers are a good example of this because they're very similar to another thing found in nature that inspired something that we all use almost every day. Velcro. These spiky seeds, known as burr, that you often find stuck on your clothing, have tiny hooks on their end, much like barbs on a bee stinger. These hooks enable the seeds to get caught on the fur of animals that pass by, helping to spread their seeds to different areas. So I figured I'd bring my little lab assistant to help us better understand how burr seeds help us develop this cool thing we know as Velcro. Hi, Journi. How are you? Journi, do you like Velcro?
Yeah.
I love Velcro too, but what I even love more is this area of science we know as biomimicry, taking things in nature and applying them to technology that we use. So right here, you have a little sticky piece of Velcro, and then I have another piece of Velcro that I'm gonna put right here. Okay, and then should we do one more? All right, you go ahead and take that one and you put it on this block right here. So I want you to see if you can get the Velcro to stick together. Can we try that? All right, lift it up. Did it stick? Turn it upside down. Oh, it stuck.
It looks like a house.
It looks like a house, I know. That's pretty cool. Listen to the sound. Whoa. Wow, you did it. Give me a high five. Yeah. Does that one stick? Oh, it doesn't really stick. See how that's smooth? Now touch this one. See how that's rough? If you look closely, Journi, you'll see that this rough one here has tiny little hooks on it. These are hooks just like you would find on the burr seed and similar to what you would find as barbs on a bee stinger. This is what we know as biomimicry, taking things that we find in nature and applying them to technology that we use every day, like Velcro. You know where else you can find Velcro, Journi? In your shoes. Look at this. Look at these cool shoes. Whoa, yes.
Back on my feet.
Let's put your shoes back on your feet.
I don't want my feet to be dirty. Daddy, that.
Oh, that's cool. So today we learned a little more about bees, why they're so important, and also how we can help protect them. We also learned about biomimicry and how we're able to take some of nature's tools like bird seeds or bee stingers to create some pretty awesome things that we use every single day. Journi, bees are pretty cool, right?
I like bees.
There's wonder in everything around you and something new to discover every single day, whether it's a beautiful busy bee or just some good old sticky Velcro. So always remember, a cool mind is a curious one. We'll see you next time. Woo! Bye.